diehard Eagles fan, but we're here in Philly. Do you co-sign Cat wearing an Eagles shirt?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, Knicks fans, you heard it. Thanks, Jalen. Back to you.
Good stuff, Cassidy. I think, if you produce like Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns have, then the Knicks fans are going to be fine with you wearing any jersey, as long as you wear. Start of the second quarter. Knicks a 30-21 lead, and Chua and Sissa. Philadelphia just 1 for 10 from 3. Knicks were 5 of 8 in that first quarter. Here's Maxey. Gets around Bridges and slides it in.
Close out against Tyrese Maxey, even if you take the right ankle quite often. That speed is just problematic.
First points of the game for Maxey. And a whistle going the other way. Moving screen there.
So skilled, but there's just moments where even he feels like not as joyful.
Yeah.
What you would expect given the record.
Payne fires and hits from 3. Break there at the end of the first was just how things have felt a little gray without as much light peeking through than maybe it felt certainly with the offseason the Sixers had, the way they built their roster, and then even at the beginning of the year when you're thinking, okay, they'll get healthy, they'll be together soon enough, they're still waiting on that.
Here's what I want to know. Because upcoming for Philadelphia, at Indy, at Milwaukee, at Denver. Cleveland, your home game. At Chicago, good finish there. Just, I don't know how to describe how it, as it relates to the Sixers.
Yeah. We'll see that upcoming schedule momentarily. You see what the Sixers did in December, and that was something Nick Nurse did point to when we asked him before the game, is it easy to still find hope? That if you get your big three together, what it can look like, and having the roster healthy. As Bona turns well for Philadelphia, getting time amidst the depletion of their roster. But Nick Nurse said, look, I'm not gonna lie, right now, it is tough to hold on to that hope and have it feel real tangible. But Bridges, he said, but that is kind of what you hold on to.
Right now, you better stop some of the three-point shooting for the New York Knicks, because Bridges is feeling good right now. That'll help you right there, but knock a couple down.
Second 3 of the game for Philadelphia. They're 2 for 12. Knicks 7 of 10. Payne, not that time. Knicks get back on defense as Bona secures the glass. Here's Maxey. Cut off, steps back, long 2. And a timeout taken by New York.
Parents are safe, but it's an ongoing situation. There's in the aftermath. But Ryan, even though he's here in Philly, pieces of his heart and mind are understandably in LA.
Oh, no question, Cassidy. And beautifully told. It is just obviously an ongoing, heartbreaking situation for still very much in the thick of things with the fires in Los Angeles. And you know, I think a lot of times in performance, Doris, we take for granted the things outside that you have to deal with in life and organize.
These players are no different than us in the fact that they have families, concerns, stresses, joys. This one in particular for Paul, the unknowing.
Here is Oubre attacking. And
there's now that last possession, they're running against the zone. Just a little design set to have Mikal come off a screen. He's a right-handed shooter going right to left on that last one. Made it look easy.
Bridges fading, rims out. Sims the O-board and the putback.
The sprint in transition gets you a couple more buckets.
Here's Maxey. Philadelphia's made its last 5 shots. Maxey can't curl that one in. Hart again pushing pace for New York. Hart sets up Payne. Can't hit that one. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Payne, McBride, Sims, Bridges, and Anunoby, the 5 on the Hart and Towns have played historically high minutes collectively to begin this year, but no Towns tonight as Maxey's pass goes off the rim and into the arms of the Knicks.
The most telling number of what you just said is never before in the history of the NBA has one team had the 1, 2, and 3 top minutes getters, however you say that, in the league, and that's what the Knicks starters have. It's incredible.
Bridges Bridges 1, Hart 2, Anunoby 3, and Brunson 5.
She talked about the fact that, you know who's on board with it when he returns is how much time
He was in an interesting place with us.
He was gregarious.
Yes,
today.
he was, which, you know, he took us to NBA.
Yes, that have some tenure, yeah.
He said, you got to hit it and move on, because if you keep talking over and over again, it actually takes you out of what you need to be coaching on the floor.
I thought that was a great point. You've seen players get sidetracked, over-involved with the officials.
Lord.
Well, he had the baseline drive earlier than that play. He shows you some hops on occasion.
Here's Brunson. Guarded by Maxey, picked up 2 early ones, has avoided the 3rd. Anunoby lobbing it into the corner. Bridges, extra feed, 1 more. Anunoby to McBride. He got it. Bench for Deuce McBride, and the Knicks are 10 of 16 from 3. Here's George off. Brunson the rebound. Pushing for the Knicks. Brunson. Guarded by Gordon. Into the corner, McBride. No. Here's Bridges. Bridges redirects, and now George comes up with a steal. Maxey bounces out. Oubre's 3. Off.
This has been an issue all year for the Sixers, just the inability to make shots. Bottom 3rd in the league in most of the three-point categories.
Bridges can't get that one. 25th in three-point percentage, 23rd in three-point makes per game. There's 24th in overall field goal percentage.
Would help if the big fella were drawing a couple double teams now and again.
He usually makes those numbers a little better. Here's George massaging his way in and banking it home.
To me is a noticeable difference with his game. Is New York going to take a timeout? He doesn't draw as many fouls or get to the free throw 3 games from 3.
Yeah.
They are going to need consistency from him on both ends come April and May.
Well, when you look at the way the starting 5 is composed, right? You have to look at that and say, can that starting 5 win up and down, the variance for Bridges?
And the variance, I would also say, comes on the defensive end of the floor. You know, everybody has said the best combination of wings defensively in the league is OG and Mikal. Well, you've got to prove that on a nightly basis.
And it finishes. Mikal Bridges, almost halfway to AC Green's record, 1,192 straight games. But you see the 555, and it definitely does get taken for granted, that luxury of him just always being available.
And
not taken for granted by Tibbs, though.
Oh, my God, and especially in this era, right, where we talk often about player availability.
Bridges short on that one. Maxey secures it. George leaking out.
First timeout. Philadelphia played
Minnesota this time of year. Chilly.
2 of the more prolific guys in the league. Hasn't Anthony Edwards made the most total threes?
Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting to hear Steph's coach, Steve Kerr, talk about you're starting to feel the frustration of Stephen Curry a little bit with all the losing.
Big bucket there from Anunoby cleaning up the play. Well, yeah, you had Steph even admitting, hey, you can't just mortgage the entire future trying to spackle something together. You got to be cognizant of how this organization is left when I am gone.
Come on.
Something to watch as this second quarter closes and then into the second half. Maxey unable to serve it in. Bona keeps it alive. Tried to get it to the corner on his shoulders.
All right, the strength.
7 to shoot. Here's Yabusele. Maxey skirts around, hoists it up. Back iron it off. Oh, what a tip.
Was it Bona?
Edwards who got in there. Another young man who has really stood out.
He played great last night in a very tough game.
And Nick Nurse told us what he's seen from Edwards over the last handful of games has reaffirmed for him that he should. Yeah, looked like just enough on with the right hand on the right side and then the left hand on the wrist for it to be a foul. Bridges, hard bounce. Achua seeking space. Say you should. Achua hit challenge from Nick Nurse, as you admonished me for. Earl's a challenge quicker this year. Mark Dagnall in Oklahoma City and Michael Malone in Denver.
Wow.
6 to shoot. Maxey acrobatically couldn't finish. Yabusele, no. Achua hugs the rebound. About a 7-second difference game in shot clock.
Without Cat, those defensive rebounds don't seem as certain.
Karl Anthony Towns averaging 14 boards a game, and the Knicks 6th in defensive rebounding percentage. Here's Brunson, 5 to shoot. Brunson the drive, the float, and the foul.
Their last game against Detroit, the great leadership of Steph Curry. This guy at the free throw line, great leader as well. And that's Jalen.
He is certainly about it. Brunson up to 11 points, 5 seconds left in the half. Here's George, nice shake. George, the kick, 1 second left. Maxey cannot finish through 2.